entonces vamos a entrar, cada uno entra por ahí, según le toque, tú me dices cuál es, y después bajan por aquí y se sientan.
Perfecto.
Entonces lo traemos a grupo. Entran por ahí y salen por el mismo sitio que entraron.
Cuando yo presenté a Stevie, se puede pasar aquí.
Sí, yo entonces lo traigo aquí.
Pero
Lo traigo allá.
sí.
El doctor Joseph Cne. An issue which you can be familiar with, and has obviously very serious consequences for young graduates. In most countries in Europe, the GDP per capita adjusted for inflation is lower than it was 5 years ago. The fact that I mentioned there are many dimensions to inequality. One of them is the growth of inequality at the top. We'll pay a high price to get rid of inequality. In other words, they talk about there being a trade-off between growth and equality.
41 years have been a lot of time, so we have many, many questions. The first one, in a TV interview, you stated that the proponents of globalization were not honest about its consequence on worker wages in developed countries. Are there other areas of dishonest discourse regarding the consequences of globalization?
Has been a big benefit to some parts of the global economy, in those parts of the global economy that have managed it well, but there's a high cost. And we often don't think about the distributive consequences of various provisions. Let me just give a couple examples.
We have many more questions, but we have a tight agenda today, so we want to thank you on behalf of the University of Puerto Rico.
Ethiopia, and now hopefully Puerto Rico. Mr. Cne, please.
And upward mobility became less than it was before. And I would also like to recall that in the time frame through post-World War II and the 1970s specifically, public universities made it more accessible to get a higher education.
My question to you would be, I'm a big proponent of open data, not just for transparency,
transparency purposes, but beyond transparency, open data has the ability to fuel a lot of innovation dynamically.
I have recently read a copy of your book, The Price of Inequality.
Industrial policy that we could follow, maybe from SIDS, small island developing countries or states.
It's showtime, it's showtime.
Tienen de Noticel para el INE. Eso es espectacular, espectacular. Y es una transparencia que está directamente asociada con el ciudadano.